mabusag pangan mestiza patakon itsura tutukitan aton parit basura paggamit na lahin busak na pintura baganan pelikula at aton kultura pagkita politika puro na buwa uran hanyolan naging taguan kwartagin kuha balik yaw baray.
My name is Mary Grace Burns. I go by Grace, and I'm an instructor here at Skyline College. My role in PCN, or Filipino Cultural Night, is the instructor. So here at Skyline we have two classes that coincide with the production. So in the fall we have English 103, 104, which is the script writing process of it. And so in that class we study scripts, we look at other Filipino culture nights, and we create a script about 2 hours that pertains to what is relevant to the students in their communities. A lot of times a lot of issues will come up with domestic violence, and documentation, student relationships, trying to find resources for college. It's whatever is within the student lives, they kind of center around that. Sprinkled throughout their production will be choreographed dances, usually hip hop and some indigenous and cultural dances from the Philippines. And after they finish the script, the spring part of the class, which is English 203, 204, is the production class. So that's when the actors, the dancers, the backstage people start coming in. And so my role is to kind of oversee everything and make sure to recruit for other folks to come in during the next class. Here at Skyline we don't focus too much on the dances, or I don't focus too much on the dances. I'm more interested in what the students have to write about the play. So it's let's make a play, let's make a showcase of dances, let's put some music to it. And it kind of came out of there. And it's been a running tradition for a while. Here at Skyline College, it began 13 years ago. This is our 13th PCN. And it began with the students and an instructor named Liza Urbello. I took over in 2014 as Liza decided to step down from being kind of the spearhead of the PCN, and so another instructor, Janice, and I kind of tag teamed, and then eventually I took over the two classes.
Hi, my name is Gabe and I am PCN 13's director and a general member of FSU.
Hi, my name is Hansel and I am FSU's treasurer and PCN's acting coach.
Hi, my name is Kai. I'm FSU's president and PCN 13 stage manager.
I'm Pat. I am FSU's liaison and public relations officer and PCN 13 stage manager. So what was the script writing process like? How did we come to the script today? I think that's more for you guys to talk about because I was only there for like some classes.
Well, I mean, we can only speak on behalf of like a lot of people. There's a lot of people in the script writing class, but basically there's like a lot of people that was part of the script writing process, and I feel like it was really hard.
Like if you really think about it, we took a month just to brainstorm what we actually wanted the play to be about.
Our ideas from the beginning were so much different from our ideas from the end.
Like what was on stage was not what we wrote in the beginning. What we brainstormed was not what was displayed on stage. Like,
I don't even think the script that we came to today was something that even crossed our mind.
Yeah, it was like hella last minute and it was weird.
I think we didn't want it to be really cliche of like a debut, and then we ended up doing the debut.
But it worked out. It worked out.
The execution was
The execution
was there.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll watch it.
I just want to say that it was a stressful, challenging,
Yet rewarding.
yet rewarding
Yes.
script writing process. It's hard. It's hard, guys, but
It's so worth it.
it's worth it.
So I'm Jonathan Justo. Some people call me Sassy, or most people call me Sassy J. And I played the role of Tita Belle in this year's PCN, Anino ng Nakaraan, or Shadow of the Past. What I know about PCN's history is that I think it originated from SF State, but I could be wrong. But also, I think it celebrates, it was created to celebrate Asian Heritage Month because it kind of like goes along with that month. And also, just to celebrate the Filipino community and our culture, to share it with other people as well in our community.
In terms of the history of PCN, overall history of PCN started during, I don't quote me on this, but around the 60s and 70s during civil rights movements and the conversation around identity politics. So through ethnic studies, because courses were not catered towards culture and race, history, identity, people tended to themselves, took it upon themselves to learn about it and talk about it and teach it to each other. And so what kind of arose from that is like, okay, so we learned all this stuff about ourselves. What about everyone else who doesn't know what a Filipino is? Or a Filipino American? And so that's where the production aspect came out of it.
What do I know the history about PCN in general? I know that SF State is the first to actually put on a production of PCN. So we have like them to thank a lot for starting that. But I believe Pat told me that the idea of PCN actually originated from Berkeley, except they weren't the ones to produce one like SF State. So there's that.
Yeah. So what I read, I don't know if it's 100% accurate, but apparently someone wrote it, so it has to be true, right?
Found it in Wikipedia.
Yeah, found it on Wikipedia, so it has to be true. But yeah, supposedly Berkeley was the one to initially present that idea, but SFSU's PACE was the first ones to actually put it on. They're the longest running PCN currently within the Bay Area. Well, currently within the nation.
US.
Yeah, the nation. So
I know that there's no other community colleges that started a PCN. So the advisor, Liza Erpello, wanted to start one at PCN in like 2004.
2004.
Yeah, and that's how it happened. 13 years later, we're here.
So, how important is PCN to me? I can't really put it into words, as corny as that sounds, because I feel like if I were to describe how important it is to me, it's depreciating it. It's like not giving it enough value as it deserves.
For me, it's really important for me. PCN's really important for me because, as I've been doing theater ever since 8th grade. The big difference between PCN and doing theater is that I get to act, sing, and dance as my my own personal identity in a way. So when I'm doing theater in high school or any other theater productions, I portray myself as a different a different character in a way, different ethnicity. But when I'm doing PCN, I get to talk about my story, my history, my culture, my self-identity.
How important PCN is to the community is PCN gives a way to tell the story of Filipino Americans or Filipinos in general without the stereotypical stuff that you see in the media. Like, this is some real life stuff that's happening to Filipino Americans that aren't often seen in the media or often ridiculed. It mostly gives the younger Filipino Americans who are trying to reclaim their identity a way to have their own voice and a way to express themselves. So I think that's why it's important for the community.
And Filipinos, they don't like to talk about anything that they go through. They kind of just go about their day, regardless of what happened to them. It's just, you know what, it is what it is, and then what happened. So the fact that we're the outlet for them, it helps them cope, and it helps them understand that, you know, you're not the only one out there that's going through what you're going through. We are going through it as well, and in solidarity with you guys, this is what we have for you guys. So
We share the same struggles and we share the same success.
To me, it just means showcasing what Filipinos are going through today, and especially Filipino college students, Filipino American college students, the issues that we go through within this community at Skyline.
PCN is important for me because I developed a lot of things joining PCN. Like, for example, I've developed working in small groups and also a larger group because we're separated in some groups sometimes. And also I've developed confidence because I was able to portray a role of a woman, which I've never done before. And just confidence in myself, and also my identity, my cultural identity. I think that's what I've developed joining PCN. That's why it's important for me.
PCN gives us a way to showcase some lost art that have been kind of lost in history and all that. Like, we have people from different dance companies who had to go back to the Philippines and learn certain dances so that we can bring it back here and say, okay, this is the kind of dances that we have, this is the kind of art that we have, but it's lacking here because obviously there's a stereotype of what Filipinos are, or everybody knows tinikling, but no one knows all these other sweets. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't think all of us knew that there was so many sweets.
no.
So PCN gave us that knowledge of okay, there's a lot of sweets, a lot of dance sweets, and there's just so much history in those dances too. So I feel like that's what PCN does. It educates.
The hardest part of PCN, I would say, is that the fact that we all have our differences, but at the end we still have that same cultural identity that we share amongst each other, which kind of brought us together. I guess that's kind of just the hardest part about PCN. When you're in a group, there's always those differences that you have to work out, but in the end, we still made it work, and I think we put on a really great show.
Are we out? Yeah. Hey, what's that?